Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This week we are going to be looking at the Great Wars of Shiro Kuro. We are going to be mainly taking a look at the two variants of light armor and heavy armor. So explosive weakness and penetrating weakness. We are also going to talk about Haruna a little bit because she's the latest character that got released. She's a Sonic special healer and her kit is like good, but the problem she has is that she faces a lot of competition. In first place we have Yuka. Sports Yuka, it's really good at repositioning, probably the best character currently at the role because her range is huge and her shields are really good, and because of Ghost debuff we don't really need healing, and for Shiro Kuro healing can be useful, but it's not gonna save you from one shots, and the normal attacks can take you down, but it's very unlikely, especially because you're renewing your shields every time you move, so you will take like half of the hits that you should. In that sense, Haruna is not that good because she doesn't fill a like unique slot, and the issue with specials in particular is that you only have 2 special slots. So for a special to be like viable or meta, they have to be very unique or like really strong, like better than everyone else at that role. That's why Ako, Himari and New Year Fuka, they all have been stable in the role as like a top tier special support, because what they provide is either better than everyone else or no one else can do it. While Haruna doesn't really provide anything that is like unique, yeah, she provides both healing and repositioning, but we had Fuka that did that. It was at a higher cost, but it's still like not ideal. That's why she never saw too much use. However, I think the cost of 3 may play in her favor, like she will find some use eventually, especially because we have been introduced to 3 Sonic damage dealers, 3 Sonic characters already, with Hanako, Summer Hanako, being a special, a striker, attacker, and the 2 stars from the Red Winter Academy that I don't remember the name right now. And now we have Haruna, so my guess is soon enough we're going to get an enemy with siege armor, but I don't have too much faith that she will be useful because the thing is, she doesn't deal damage. Like, yeah, her normal skill has some damage, but it's on a 40-second cooldown. The debuff is really low. The multiplier on the damage is decent, but her stats are not like incredibly offensive, so the damage is not going to be that great either, and the debuff is low. The other problem is that her normal skill doesn't stack on single target. If there is only one target, it's only one instance of damage, so she's either good in like AoE scenarios, but still like 40-second cooldown is really long, or like she will be like really good for her healing, but I don't know, like there are really good healers. Like overall her role can be filled in so many different ways that I don't think she will ever be meta. However, at Torment difficulty things change because you need more characters, and you will see use of characters that are not really meta on like Insane and below, but on Torment they will have use. A good example of this is Koyuki. Koyuki is not a meta character by any means, but she has been seeing some use in Torment difficulty at Cos, if I recall correctly. And because she has AoE, her attack stat is really high, and even if her multipliers are low, because of how high is her attack stat, like she can pull through. So that's why like Torment difficulty changes things, but if you're not aiming for Torment, which is like going into Platinum tier, I would not recommend getting Haruna. Because if you're not aiming for Torment, that means that you're still working on Insane, or you're having issues to get your Insane clears, and like you get them but with a lot of hard work. So better stabilize like a good core, get good at like, insane, like get a good base of characters for each raid at insane. You will gradually get stronger. Also, Harun is not limited, so you can get her in the future, so do not fret, because even if you like her a lot, she will spook you eventually. Now, why did I get Haruna? Because I was really lucky. I did not intend to pull hard for her. I was like, I'm really curious about her normal skills, so I went to test her. So I was willing to spend like 2 temples, and I got her in the second, so that was my limit, and I got her in that limit. So yeah, I got really lucky, but I would not recommend doing the same, because you could get, for example, in a future banner, a really good support on the Sonic damage category. Maybe a damage dealer, an attacker, a special attacker. That will be probably more useful, because like what we are lacking right now is Sonic damage, because we have only 2 sources. So I'm pretty confident that in the near future we are going to get at least 2 more Sonic damage sources, and then later we are going to get like better Sonic supports. With that out of the way, let's take a look at Shiro Kuro. Let's start with penetrating, because this is the easiest version, and later, not right now, but in a bit, after we look at the 3 versions in Insane, and like I'm also going to show you the Mystic version, because I've done some improvements to my team, and like I managed to get now 1 team clear on the Mystic version. Is kind of like not consistent, but it's possible. I just need some luck and like good sequencing. I'm working on that. So yeah, like that's gonna have many restarts, but I think it's good. Like you will see that even if I lack some key units, I can still reach the 1 team clear. So don't feel like you're locked out of a difficulty because you don't have 1 or 2 units. You can always rent 1 and solve part of the issue, and then you can work around the one you don't have. So what I'm going to be doing is a double Hui comp. Like people usually uses like New Year Fuka here, and only Summer Hui, but I'm going to be using both Uis, so I can discount Mika, and then I can get all the buffs I need. With this team, you want to always give priority to dodging with Yuka, because Summer Ui will not guarantee you that you dodge the attacks, because she may be standing on attack herself, so be careful with that. Like take the buffs when you can, but do not like try to pursue the buffs too much. If the boss music is too loud, let me know, please. This one is a goner. I made a couple mistakes at the beginning. I shouldn't have gone for the Ui buff. So let's try to sequence this properly now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start using regular Ui on Mika, and then we're just going to wait for the bombs to come. We can actually throw one Mika EX in the middle of this because we have enough time to dodge. And now we're going to use Ui and Akko. Configuration. Yeah, but we're going to be able to move away from the ball. And we start. Well, that's unlucky. Thank God, in Silent Torment we have very little room for mistakes, so even sometimes it's not even your fault, like the characters walk back into an attack and that can destroy your whole run, but it's still doable. This one I have enough time to dodge now. But no one goes back, so that's very good. We buff here. We have Primary, and now we're going to make the boss explode. Yeah, close enough. So in phase 2, it's a little bit harder because usually... Oh, hello. Welcome to... Yeah, we're fine. Sorry if I have like a little bit of a raspy voice today. I had a little bit of a fever during this week. Oh, thank you. Even though I turned it down at the beginning of the stream because I knew it was going to be loud, but yeah, boss music is too loud. Thank you for letting me know though. I was wondering if it was fine or was too loud. Oh, he's gonna die. Nice team. Mika's gonna die. Oh, she dodged. So when a character has the feather of Kuro, they die. They attack, so they will die. We use Yuka to block for Mika. Mika is priority, like you have to keep her safe. As long as she's safe, you can clear this fairly easily. It's fine that when we died because next CX is super winning. Gone. I changed some settings on the stream, so I should be able to see your messages like more with less delay. Yeah, less delay. Let's do this one more time, and let's look at what top players are doing in Torment. Yeah, Summer UI is really strong because of the effectiveness buff. Effectiveness buff is probably stronger than attack buff itself, because you are amplifying a damage that is already amplified. because you have to keep in mind that damage that has weakness advantage is 200% damage. So if you add another multiplier on top of that, like it scales really huge. While attack, you're scaling on a stat, so the scaling is not going to be that, like, it's going to be big, especially if you have a buff like the size of Himari, but I feel like effectiveness buff scales better than attack. Now in Torment, people is using Memory. I think that Memory it's good for Torment if you can get to phase 2, because she can block, but otherwise I think Haruna could be even better than Memory. But I don't know, like the attack speed buff that Memory provides goes good with Mika. But yeah, like these formations, they rent Amika, it's just too strong to not. I cannot do this because I like these two. I can replace her with Haruka, but yeah. Yeah, Shizuko is decent. The thing is that you can use Shizuko, the regular version, to trigger the stagger on the first boss, because you can bounce back the balls. But you have to have her like really invested, because otherwise the card just gonna break and it's not gonna bounce back. Memory. Yeah, like she has found some, but I think it's because she has the ability to reposition and block with her EX, but probably Haruna, the new one, will replace her. Because block is valuable, it's really, yeah, block is valuable, like it's really convenient, but at the same time, she's moving people towards her structure, and that can be risky, because you're putting a block and then your characters are running towards it, so it could put you in a bad position. That's why I think that if you're going to use a block, it's better to use one like Shizuko or like the girl with the books, I don't remember, Shimiko, and Utaha, because Shimiko and Shizuko, they will move at max one character, and it's usually your tank, and Utaha will move no one because her turrets do not call characters into them. That's why I think they are better blockers. I think that Memory is mainly just for they don't use the block, they just put the structure out of the way so they reposition characters. And in that sense, Haruna may be better because you will get also some healing out of it. But I don't know, it depends on how valuable is her attack speed buff. But yeah, like these formations are just like defense debuff, discount, Axel, because they are not using Himari here, obviously, so they have to use her for Axel, and then damage and tanking. And these for buffs. Probably they use Memory to trigger her normal skill more often, because the Mika normal skill triggers on attack count and not timer. So you can boost the trigger. That's why I like a lot count related normal skills instead of counter. Instead of timers. And here they are using Axel, discounts, damage, tanks. It's like they are just boost. This is the classic boost the Mika formation. Let's do an attempt at Torment actually. Like I'm gonna fail, that's no doubt, but let's see. Like I've never tried it myself. Yeah, attack speed matters, and it matters a lot. So we're going to do a little bit of a copy of what that person did, but it's not going to be as good because I don't have Akko. But I have never seen Torment before, so this is going to be a new experience for me and for all the people that haven't seen it before. So there are going to be some restarts, but we are going to learn this together. I don't have Echo for crit boosting, but what thing we can do instead of Echo for... maybe it's not going to be as good, but we can get a little bit of the same effect. No. We can use only Shiroko. We are not going to have the crit boosting, but we are going to have Axel. So we are going to be doing more Mika ultimates than the other guy. This could work because this saved me Himari for the second team. And then I can go Himari Ako or Himari Ui. No, but I don't have Fuka, so I cannot discount here. So here I need Ui. Yeah, so I can rent Fuka for the second team. If we get to second phase. I don't think we will, but we can try. When it comes to skills, to begin, I think this is going to be the play, and deployment we probably want Mika in the middle and Mac in the middle. Yeah, that should be good. Let's try Torment. How have you been, by the way? Okay, this is really convenient. I think we can, yeah, make it. Okay, that's complicated. Maybe we go back, but we're going to delay it a bit. Now we go back. Ah shit, I forgot about that. So yeah, Haruna has that weird delay before she calls. And that's not that good. And we're gonna die here. Unless... yeah. Yeah, that's another issue with Haruna. She has that delay on her EX skill, and that's a little bit inconvenient. I think we can pull it off. I just need to get the timing right. I don't think we can beat it, but we can get close to it. I also wonder if it's always a star formation for the first. Yeah, it's always a star. So here, where do we want to run? Run back. Let's try running back. Karon's too slow. I need to do it earlier. Instead of waiting to get close to the near, I'm gonna cast it like when it's about the middle of the range. Let's see if we can get that going. So about now should be good. Yeah, no. Walking back is not the way. I think damage-wise we are kind of fine, like not the best, but we are close to be fine on damage. Oh, Mika has a bomb attached to her. That's... oh, okay. That changes a lot. Ah. That's annoying though. So, in Torment, the boss will attach a bomb to the closest character to it. So now Mika will have a bomb on her feet. So when I run away, I have to leave Mika out of the escape, so she takes damage alone. Because the bomb that she gets attached does not deal damage to her, but gets her stunned. So it's... maybe we can fix this with deployment. we just need to move Mika away if we deploy the characters right. That's an interesting mechanic, actually, like, I didn't expect that to be something. So let's try. It's just... I don't know if Cherino is in the range of the bomb. No, Cherino was not. That's perfect, actually. So we can actually dodge with 2 and just keep Cherino and Mika like where they are. Except that now Cherino's gonna die anyways. With 2. No, okay. Cherino virtually doesn't need to move. It's not as complicated as it seems. I think it's just good timing. Good timing and picking the right place to stay. But Haruna's delay is just too weird. It's hard to manage. How early do I need to cast it? Okay, immediately basically. No. Maybe a little bit later. Feel free to ask any question or do suggestions too. Like, I'm not like really tryharding this because I know I cannot beat it, but it's interesting to look at this together. Now we need to reposition Kui. Oh no, we're dead. I got Nick in the range. That makes things really complicated though. Like one mismovement and like you're gone. I'm gonna try something different. Now it runs back into it. Okay, let's try fixing the positioning. Yeah, I think the biggest issue is not that I don't have memory for this team and Ako. I mean, Aku is the biggest issue. I don't have Aku, and if I had 30 euro to invest into the game, I could get the selector ticket and get freaking Aku. Like, she has been evading me for like 2 years now. It's ridiculous, but who knows? But it's fine. Like, we can work around it. Like, I don't want to feel like I need certain characters. I just want to think that characters are convenient, not necessary. But maybe that's too wishful. Let's try like this. Ah, god damn it. If I don't drink water often, like, my voice goes away. Okay, this may be worse than before. Because now we have 3 characters that need to have goal. Oh, perfect. No, this is perfect. Beautiful. Let's see. Okay, so now we just need to climb to this tree back. Perfect. Okay, now Mick is fully damaged though, so we need to... Oh, we're dead. Huh. Okay, so we got through the balls, through the first 2 barrage of bombs, but now we need to figure out how to block. And that's where memory comes handy, I see. So they use it to block the the lane attacks. That's really interesting, like, it's really interesting. But now we have a good deployment. Like, if anyone is trying to get Torment, this is the deployment you want. Like, it gives you 2 free dodges. Now, let's see, can we evade away? Maybe if we stun everyone, like, we just don't care about the stun. We just hit the stun. Ah, Mika was too close. But we can hit one stun. We're going to take a lot of damage, but it's doable. Oh, let's see. So we know we can get one of these in. But because of our deployment, we have 2 free dodges. The only issue is gonna be the next phase. We can pre-move maybe, so we can actually get another Haruna for the lane attack. And now we can move away again. Yeah, okay, that kind of works. I don't know how Maki died, so that's complicated. How did Maki die there? Because she took the stun, but then she took another damage. So, those that just joined, we are trying Torment for the first time. The formation is not using the meta units of Ako and Mimori. Mimori, I think, is here for the blocks, so you don't have to move away from that lane. We're trying to figure a workaround. I don't have enough damage probably because I lack the buffs from Ako, but I think this alternative can be viable because now we have Axel here and we can cast more EX skills more often. So yeah, the only issue is that we cannot dodge we cannot block with this formation. I could try Shizuko, but I think her range is too little. But with the good deployment we have, maybe we don't need actually to dodge, we just need to block. Okay, let's give it a go with Shizuko after we're going to take out Haruna, and then we're going to use Shizuko. Okay, we are fine. Okay, so we finally got through the lane attack and the first 2 barrages, that's good. Now the question is, how is the next wave of barrages gonna be? Okay, we still have every dodge, only Cherino may take a stun here. Ah, but Mika dies, because she gets the stun, the bomb together. That's annoying. But we're fairly close, I believe we can do it. Okay, let's do the explosive one once and then we go back to this one. So the way, like, we have also some variety on the on the armor types. So explosive is easy and hard at the same time, which is fun because we can kill it really quickly thanks to Asusa, but she's also the problem because she's weak to the boss damage type, so one dodge that is badly done and you're gone. But we can do it. It's complicated but not impossible. Okay, so with this formation we want to start with Hoshino. The Axel stack in here is going to be very valuable to us. And because we need to dodge like really well, we are not going to be taking any risk. We are going to be dodging when we can, attacking only when it's safe. Now we dodge up, and we are going to restart. That's unlucky. That's one of the issues with the explosive variant, because we use Asusa. Like if Asusa decides to walk back into an ability, run is gone. Even if you time well your dodge, like it's gonna ruin your run. So okay, we're going to time it like really tight. Not tight enough. So unlike Haruna, Yuka doesn't have any delay, especially if you land like close to her current location, like characters run immediately towards her, and that's really convenient. But Haruna has this really weird animation delay before she calls the characters to her, and that's why like using Haruna it's complicated. We're going to renew Hoshino here. Now we're going to buff Asus and try to make the boss explode. She missed the crit. We're fine though. We should get it in the next one. But we're going to do a dodge in between, so we're going to be a little bit slower. Maybe. Yeah, we're going to have to dodge here. And if Asusa walks back, the run is gone. Yeah. Thank you. I hope that you get home soon so you can recharge your battery and have a good rest of your day. Okay, so here we go again. Now we dodge. We have to time it really tight so she doesn't walk back. Asusa walks really aggressively back into the abilities. Like, she wants to get hit. That's really annoying, but we can make it. we can force the reposition well, and then we can get the clear. When Asu doesn't land critical, it's like really bad damage. I wonder if we can do this without Asusa, maybe replacing her with Toki, but it's complicated. Ah, she's dead. Damn it. Okay. Sequence. Let's see. We start with Hoshino. We dodge tight. Buff Asusa. You need to dodge actually. You can tank it. Yeah, perfect. Now Yuki's gonna die if I don't move her down. Remember, when a character is affected by the slow of Shiro, of Shiro, they will get extra damage from the lane attack, so they will insta-die because it's a flat 120k damage, something like that. It's designed to kill you in one go, so... Dodge tight, please don't bug into it, perfect. Okay, we can actually boost. Wow, we're safe, nice. Okay, we still have a slowed Yuka. Good. As long as Asusa is alive, we're good. Okay. Wow. We have a tank in the middle, so it's fine. And we dodged tight, so Sari doesn't die. She died? No. Good. Okay, this should be a clear. Because now we're in a really good position. Only Saori is close to death, but we're going to be more than fine even if she dies. And we got it. So yeah, there is little room to error, but if you get it, it's pretty easy. So now, let's take a look at the Mystic version. This is probably my worst version. The regular version is the one that I have the most issues with. However, I figured out a way for me to work it out, but it's not that consistent because it relies a lot on hitting critical hits and good sequencing, and sometimes the sequence has to change because you time something differently and you have to dodge in a different time. It's complicated, but we can do it. Our main DPS is going to be Wakamo. We use Meidalis and Isuna to stack Wakamo EX, but Wakamo is doing most of the damage. So we are even boosting Wakamo with Fuka, so we can get extra critical. We are going to put everything into Wakamo. Yeah, we made it. we get Yuka now, so we can touch. We are going to touch tight. And now we can start. Remember to not cast Wakamo before her flower explodes, otherwise you will renew the countdown and you will not get triggered. A new cast do not trigger the last cast, it refreshes it, so be careful with your stacking. Also, you can boost Wakamo attack with Himari before the flower explodes and you will still get bonus damage because it's capped on her attack. So if her attack is higher at the moment of the explosion, you will get the bonus damage. So that's phase 1. We got really lucky with the dodges, and now we just need to do the same here. So here is like a Mika situation. Our priority is to keep Wakamo alive. We don't care about anyone else other than Wakamo. She's all of her damage. The only issue is that she's not Mika, so she doesn't have a guaranteed criticals and it's not as much damage, but we can make it. Remember to dodge as tight as you can to some of the abilities, otherwise you may walk back into them. We're in a good position now because our characters didn't get in the way of that cast. And now we have to dodge a little soon, which is risky, but we have to save Alice. Okay, that worked. So now we boost Wakamo and we should get the kill like with this explosion. Wakamo died, but no, she didn't die, that's good. And we got it. So yeah, like Wakamo stacking, it's very viable. Like, as you can see, it works really well when you get a little bit of luck. Like we even had 30 seconds to spare. Sometimes I make it with 1 second to spare. It all depends on how lucky you get with the criticals. And yeah, stack her attack, so the explosion is stronger. Like there is a lot you can do to boost your damage without having near Kayoko. Because what most people do is they use Kayoko and they boost her like a lot, and they use Isuna because of her cheap EX and high damage, so you can stack her Wakamo's flower really quickly. But you can do the same with regular Isuna because she's a really fast attacker and her normal skill has a really high multiplier. And if you throw an Alice skill every now and then, like you can fully stack Wakamo flower and get a big explosion anyways. So there is always a workaround. Here I'm lacking 2 key units according to what the top players are doing, but I still can get close to it. Close enough to be still on the top in the top ranks. So what's like the takeaway from the explosive and the mystic version? You can do faster and easier if you have every unit, but you can do it anyways if you work your way around it. So do not like feel like any unit is a must. Units are commodities, like they are convenient, but they are not required. Obviously, like you cannot have like no units at all. Like you need some characters, but you don't need to pull for every character. Like you can use the rental system. Like you can always go like for half of the good characters and then rent the other half. Just make a good core. Get like 5 out of 6 characters. Even you can do it with 4. Like I did like 4 out of the 6 characters. I rent one and then work around one. There are always ways to find like your own solution. Torment though, that's a different story. I think Torment is like not only really resource intensive, you need a lot of good characters and like really invested on, but I think that also you need very specific characters to deal with the mechanics. So earlier for the first time I tried to do Torment Shiro Kuro, and I didn't have any idea of how it worked. And I didn't know that Shiro Kuro would attach a bond to the closest character, and that caught me by surprise, and it took me 2 times before I realized that. And I was walking Mika into the rest of the team, stunning everyone, and even killing some characters. But we fixed deployment, so now we don't need to dodge the first 2 barrages virtually, but the issue is that when the lane attack comes, if we didn't dodge the second barrage, we are dead. Because we don't have a blocker, and that's why people is using Memory, because she repositions and blocks, and she's like a really strong blocker. And she also gives you attack speed, which helps Mika trigger her EX skill more often, so there are many benefits to it. Now, one thing we can do, and I'm gonna try now, is we're going to try using Shizuko instead of Haruna. We're not going to move technically at all. We're going to be really static, but we are going to be trying to block. The issue is that my Shizuko is not invested at all. Like, at all. So we may have some trouble here. Maybe have some experience to give her, but not much. Let's see how much we can fix her before we go into this. Okay, so HP is kind of low because her EX scales of her HP, yeah. So I don't think she's going to be able to block it. 46%. So right now it has about 16k HP. I don't know if I can block the ball with 16k. However, now it has about 20k. I think we can, if we can get to like 30k HP on the X skill, it could work. I don't think we can do it. We can try. Okay, so we are still below 30k HP. Maybe we can make this work some way. Let's give it a shot. Too much math. Maybe all we need is just to try. Where is Shizuko now? What level did she end up in? 70? 72. I don't have too many hopes, but let's see. This should be fine. Okay, so if everything's fine, our deployment should allow us to stay still for a bit. Yeah, nothing has changed, so we are good to stay still and cast damage to the boss. Now we should be able to stay still again. Maybe not, because we have Cherino in the range of a bomb. Yeah. So now we need to block. Let's see if it works. Yes, it did. Okay, that's great. So we have a way to do this. Now I need Mika to stay away from the rest. dodge on Cherino. That's bad. Where do I dodge here? I don't have any good dodges. Let's see how far we can get. I don't think we can get very far though. Yeah, no, we're dead. Mika is completely dead. Yeah. So we know we can block, we know we can dodge most of the stuff, but the issue is how we can end in a good position for the fourth and the third barrage. They are like screwing us over. Okay, so in this position we should have an easier dodge, maybe. It all depends on who gets the bomb from. If it's on Mika, we're fine. If it's on Cherino, we're dead. Okay, it's Mika. Mika should survive, maybe. No, Mika's dead. She's standing on a bomb. Everyone's dead. Okay. That's not great. I'm gonna slow it down on the third barrage so I can learn the position of the bombs. That way I can plan better for the movement. First is free. Second should be free too, but I'm scared for Cherino. Let's move back. Just for the mission. No, come on, Cherino. Almost. Oh, crap. Oh, we walked into the lane. Come on. We're going to delay that dodge a bit. Maybe try moving this way. I think Cherino is walking too aggressively into the wall. Now the issue is how we dodge what's coming next. Here, maybe we're fine. It's close to be fine. Mahi may die though. Yeah. That's hard. That's really hard. But we are close to finding a path. In the end, this boss is just pathing. If you can memorize the patterns and you can make up a path for your dodges and plan out ahead, like, it should not be that complicated. We don't have all the meta characters, but we are close. Like, we're working around it. We lack damage though, because we don't have armor. Move Mika forward a bit, just for curiosity. Yeah, so Cherino is in the range of that bomb, so I need to dodge that. It's not only the stun then. Okay, so what we're going to try to do this round is we're going to see if Cherino can tank it. I think that's a good idea though. I think we have reduced healing too. Oh, I didn't think of it. If we have reduced healing effects, just like with Gauss, then I don't know, it makes no sense besides repositioning, and at that point I could make better use of the other Shizuko. Oh. I think we're losing 2 characters again. Only Mika, oh come on. My main DPS is gone. But, oh hello. Welcome to the stream. So I'm attempting Torment for the first time. It's really hard. Have you ever done Torment yourself? So if you haven't and you're curious, this deployment is perfect for the first barrage. You can dodge it without even moving. The issue comes after, because we can dodge this, but then everything becomes complicated. Because after this block, the barrage gets in a really bad position for us. So every dodge we do is like not perfect. Also the pathing of the characters changes, is not always the same, so sometimes we get the characters in the right positions and sometimes we don't. For example, Maki now is going to die because Harun is too slow to fall. Harun is useless though because we have a healing debuff. Harun is useless. And we don't need the healing. Who could we use instead? Complicated. Really complicated. Because we could, if I had memory, some swimsuit memory, not the regular one, we could use her, but I don't have her. And she's good because she provides attack speed and blocking. But we have the block, we fixed that, and the reposition is the problem. Yeah, Torment is really difficult in general in damage. Because yeah, I usually don't, but I was curious because there was people clearing it with 2 teams and it didn't look that hard because it's mainly just about moving right. The issue is that Harun has a delay in the movement, and that's really bad. I don't know if Summer Shizuko has enough range though. I think her area is too tight. That sounds really wrong. But yeah, I think her EX area is too small to move everyone. other issue is that I'm working around characters I don't have, because I don't have Akko, I don't have memory, I don't have Fuka, so I'm trying to make my own solution to this. And I've done it in the past, but it's complicated when it's Torment difficulty. We're talking about like insane, you can figure it out. Torment is, I think it's too... It's just too focused on one type of thing. So. Now we block here. Up to this point we are technically fine. This is what's coming next. Because everyone is in this line, everyone is standing on a bomb, and I cannot move everyone. Especially because freaking Mika has a bomb on her, but she's not standing on a bomb now. But we're dead anyways. We're not. Okay, now we're dead. Maybe not. We're still alive. This is the farthest I've gotten, but yeah, I couldn't block in time. Got greedy with damage. But this is interesting. Shizuko can replace Mimori maybe. Like her range seems to be good enough. After this attempt, if there is any difficulty you wanna see, I mean, any variant you wanna see, let me know. I can start greedy here, because we have a free dodge. The issue starts now. So here I need to be... Come on. Sirin is always walking into that mine. Freaking forgot. Okay, that was a terrible attempt. Yeah, Torment is too tight on the timings. Any mistiming and you're dead. You cannot be greedy. So this is like the formation people is using. I don't know if everyone is doing that, but it's, yeah, fairly common. Everyone is using Memory because of her reposition and blocking capabilities, so it's really convenient having 2 in 1. What I don't like about Memory though is that you have a block that calls character into it, so it can be risky, like you're putting your characters in the way that you're trying to block, so I don't know. But maybe they just put it far, I don't know. It's interesting though. But yeah, they're boosting Mika's attack speed. Maybe they rely less on the EX skill thanks to the attack speed buffs. And they use the crit damage from Akko because Mika has guaranteed criticals anyways. It's complicated, really complicated. Let's do an insane run. Insane is a lot easier, especially because we can use Ui and we get a lot of damage from that. Effectiveness buffs are so strong. So strong. I really think that effectiveness buffs were like a big game changer in damage wise. Like, in my opinion, I don't know if this is mathematically true, but I feel like effectiveness buffs give you like more damage compared to attack buffs. Save we by using the Darui. That's good. Because we don't want to have her in the way of the ball that's coming. Mika and Yuka can jump away. And now we can blast the boss. Delicious, we were a little bit late on that EX, so we lost some of the buffs. But we're still fine. We should be able to get one more before we have to dodge again. Then just kill it with the next one. We're going to dodge early this time, because we're going to run to the front instead of back. Okay, so we have to be really careful with Yuka here because she has the feather, and that means that if she takes a skill, she will die. So we will be dodging with her a lot. Actually, like, we have been lucky and the characters have stopped in really good positions. We don't care if that Yui dies now because we are in a really good position to clear this anyway. We need one, maximum 2x. Like, if we get a good critical now, we can even finish. And because there is no feather, no one is in immediate danger. Yeah, like, it's... And we got the clear. This version is probably the easiest because of Mika. Mika is just too strong. So, before we go into the explosive variants again, I think it's good to talk about movement supports. And I'm putting Yuka in there because she's a tank, but her main role is assisting us with moving the characters. And why I think this is important? Because Haruna, while she's strong, in the sense that she has both movement and healing, healing is one effect that the game tends to nerf a lot. They tend to reduce the healing effect to make mechanics more important than healing. And we can see this both in Ghost and in Shiro Kuro. Haruna offers no value besides repositioning, and her repositioning is slow because it has a delay. So it's not worth running Haruna on Ghost or Shiro Kuro because you can run Yuka, which frees you up a special slot with we are limited at 2, and thanks to that you can run Himari plus Ako, Himari plus Puka, Himari plus whatever else, and you don't need 2 reposition characters. Usually you can fit all the reposition you need in one rotation because we have Himari, we have Axel, so our rotations flow nicely, and we usually use discounts characters to make expensive characters like Mika be cheaper to cast, so we keep always moving and it's easier to time. The issue with characters like Haruna is that they are good for early levels of the game, but they fall off hard at higher levels of the game. And usually when a character is released, they immediately see a lot of use by top players. Hello. I was just explaining why Haruna, even though she's a Sonic healer, she's not like too good, unfortunately. And it's basically because she has competition in Yuka, which makes unnecessary to play with Haruna for reposition, and healing gets nerfed in high level raids like Ghost or Shiro Kuro. So yeah, like sadly she cannot compete with the effects of Himari, because the attack boost of Himari is massive, the Axel is really good, and she cannot compete with the discount and critical that Fuka offers, or the critical healing and yeah, like the stats that Ako offers. So the problem with I was saying is that healing, it's a buff or like a status that lose value the further you go in the game, because they don't want you to survive through healing, they want you to survive through dodging, through using the mechanics of the game. And I like that. I think it takes what is a really simple system into a more complex system. It's 12 AM in your country. Wow. Yeah, the issue is that I've seen the demographic stats of my channel, and I know that most of my viewers are either in America or Southeast Asia, and I'm in the middle in Europe. So for me, second time for the Americans is early in the morning, and for the Southeast Asian is like almost midnight or midnight already. But like 6 PM my time was like the best time I could find to accommodate everyone, because it's like 10 AM for the Americans and 11 PM for Southeast Asia. But I don't know, maybe I will try in the future to start earlier, maybe, so like about 10 PM for most of Southeast Asia, and that would make it like 8 or 9 AM for America. The issue is that I'm usually busy earlier, so I don't know if I can. But yeah, I have to find a better time for streaming. Are you having any difficulties with any of the variants of this Great Wars? I think explosive probably is like the most annoying for everyone, because everyone is restarting every time Azusa dies. But it's not the hardest in my opinion. In my opinion, the hardest is Mystic, because if you don't have Kayoko, Mystic damage is kinda low. And we can use Hoshino to boost damage like a lot between the effectiveness buff and the attack buff she offers. Oh crap. Need to dodge really tight. Okay, that worked. I was afraid that Azusa would walk into the bomb after the dodge. We're not being very lucky with the criticals, but we are going to make it anyways. No, sadly Sport Haruna it's complicated, because she has like a decent kit, but it's, in my opinion, executed badly. I will show you later, actually. The issue is that Harry X has like a really weird delay before she calls characters into her. So she makes the timing of dodges like really dodgy. Pun intended, but it's not great. And the healing gets nerfed. Like you see, we have that blue cross. That means that our healing effects are reduced. And Ghost has the same effect, and now Asus is not dead, thanks God. But yeah, Ghost has the same effect, so the two raids that require dodging nerf her healing, so you lose half of her value instantly. And then she doesn't deal any damage, so even against like Stitch armor enemies she will not be like great. And single target scenarios, like she's only doing 1 instance of damage, not 6. But I got really lucky on her banner, because I was so curious about her normal skill. I wanted to test it before putting out the video and saying like it works this way or this way. Yeah, I think it's worse actually. Kotori CX doesn't feel that long. Do you have Harunetsu? Like, it would be interesting. I should put both in a team and try to measure the time. But yeah, like, I got her in 20 pulls, which was my limit to get her. And 20 pulls, I mean 2 multiples, not 20 tens. So 2 tries. Yuka can tank, she's fine. She's thick, so she doesn't die. I see. I like Harun a lot, like, she's one of my favorite characters. Probably 3rd or 4th favorite. But sadly this version is not great. I mean, it's great design, but not great performance. And here we kill it with... it didn't die, but it's gonna die anyways. I don't know, like, I like the idea behind her kit, but I think the issue is that the value it holds is very little. There are way too many workarounds that you can do to not use her. Mayday switch. If we get one more EX with Azusa, we're fine. She has a block, nice. So is so good. Oh, we're dead. We made it. Earlier I got like a perfect dodge run, it was really good, but this one was a little bit more scuff. But yeah, like, I've been trying Torment. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. This is probably one of the best L2Ds in the game. The headbutt animation is lovely. And like the design is really good, like the lightning, everything. I really like it. Like I really wanted to give her a first shot, so I put tons of resources that I had saved into her, and like it's... I mean, he's not max, but I tried to get her as far as I could on the day of release, and yeah, it's not working great. I was doing Torment with her, like, because everyone is using Memory and Ako the first team, but I don't have either, so I cannot do that, and I need to rent Mika on the second team. So it's impossible for me to do that team, but what I've been doing is this. No, not you. I mean, I actually swapped Haruna out in the end for Shizuko. It's way better. No delays and just better in general. But what I've been doing is this. We have Cherino for the axle, but it's complicated because the rotation is not great. I think I did it like this. I found a deployment that allows you to get a free dodge on the barrage at the beginning, but I don't remember perfectly what it was. I think it was like this. Otherwise, is Cherino swapped with Maki, but something like this. Let's see. Yeah, Cherino and Maki are swapped around, so we're not getting the free dodge. Yeah. Have you ever tried Torment difficulty? I think I could, like, I have an issue with pathing, to be honest. If I had Ako and New Year Fuka, I think I could do it in 4 teams probably. But I'm having an issue with pathing, and I'm gonna show you now the issue I have. Maybe 2 heads can put a solution together. But this deployment is good. I didn't set up the skills, but it's okay. You see, like, I have a free dodge here, like nothing is gonna hit me. Yeah, for me it's a skill issue. Because now, like, this delay is so bad, like... And now I have to block here. The damage is really bad because I didn't sequence my skills properly. And now is the big issue, because now the pathing becomes a real issue. If Mick is standing on a bomb, I'm dead. If Mick is not standing on a bomb, we may have a chance. Okay, Mick is not standing on the bomb. Ah, that delay. Oh, we lost Maki, so we don't have any defense ready now. Maybe there is no way to save. No, actually, we should be safe here. Yeah, we got only stunned. And now we can dodge, but we can dodge. Yeah, That's lucky. The ball doesn't start at the very top. Now Cherino's gonna get the touch. We have to here and lose Cherino. Mika too. Yeah, that's stage. I cannot find a good pathing for my characters. Maybe I'm just getting too greedy, like maybe I should just let this team die on, like, try to get to 100 bars and then go for team 2. The issue is that I know I can get more done, and that bothers me. I don't like cutting a team short. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, it's, I want to get the team the best chance they can. Yeah, like Haruna, like if I don't put her dodge early, like they'll die. It's so slow. I'm gonna get greedy here, but it should be fine. Good, now we can block. Actually, we can see more damage. Okay, this run is going better because we had the better sequence with the skills, but Mika is going to be an issue here. All depends on what she does. We cannot dodge with Mika. She will have to tank it, but I think she's gonna die. Okay, she's not that good. We need to block. No. Oh crap. I got it boosted. Now is the block time. Mika died. I don't know if I just see how far can I get. Maybe I can achieve a clear with like 10 teams. No, I don't have Akko. I wish I had her. The issue is that I cannot run her because then I need to run. I cannot run Mika. That's what's messing with my run. I don't have either Akko or New Year Fuka, so you can imagine how annoying that is. Okay, the pathing here should be really decent because I think Shirin is not in the bomb. Okay, that's great. Actually works for us. Okay, and no one is on a bomb now. Maybe. Let's check. Mika's gonna die. No, but Ui died, even though I put block there. Let's see where we end up. Ah, I didn't know that you can use structures to catch the bomb that he attaches. That is interesting. Did you know that you can attach, if you put the structure in front of him, you can attach the bomb into it. That's really interesting. But Mika's dead here. Go with the bang, Mika. She's a bug, she's so strong. Let's see. What can we do for Team 2? Issues I cannot rent Mika for Team 2 now. I have to save the rent for like the last team. She's weak to penetrating. She can dodge. We could use her. Who can be our tank? I think you. We defense right with that, and what do you use? Because I want to save Himari for the last team too. We can use Shiro Kuro for Axel. But now we're lacking a block. We may need a block or we may not need it. It's hard to know. Maybe Utaha. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but we can try. So don't know if the sequence will reset or it will pick up from where it ended. So some bosses pick up from the last part. But I don't know in Torment how it works. Too late. It does pick up from where it left. That's interesting though. What I want to do is place Utaha's tower early so she can take the bomb, the turret can take the bomb, and I can dodge with Yuka. But I have to put it in the starting lineup. I don't think I can get it in time. Less is like the second skill after the first cast. I needed to pop up early. Yeah, it's not showing up. Yeah, I need to put Utaha on the starting slot. Because it's too late after. Yeah, I have to do that, and I can move probably Iori out of the rotation in the beginning. Because I don't have any rush to use Iori. Yep. It's sad that you cannot restart and redo your skills without having to give up and do everything again. That's really inconvenient. Fix this first, though. Let's see if we can work this out. So, our record for the first team is 96 bars. Let's see if we can get a little bit more damage in. If we can get to 80 bars, that would be ideal. Ah, fuck, wrong difficulty. No, I'm currently in Platinum. I'm like in the top 10k. So yeah, I'm deep into Platinum. Platinum is top 20k, I think? I don't remember. Oh yeah, 7k. On yeah, top 20k, so I'm more than safe. I'm not that far from the top scores, but not having Aku is messing with my runs. Because I cannot run here and another unit simultaneously. Like New Year Kayoko is another character I lack, but I still made it into fairly high score. So if I recall correctly, your JP account is the lower one and your EN account is the higher one, right? Or is the other way around? Oh my god, Mika took so much damage this time. What the fuck? What? Usually she takes like a third, not 2/3 of her HP. What? That was weird. Maybe because I placed the stuff. Sometimes this game has some inconsistencies I don't get. Now she took like a lot less than before. Okay, need to pick out. And have you cleared her? Like, where are you right now in the ranks? Are you Platinum too? This is a bad dodge though. Frick. We're alive though. As long we're alive, Frick, again, another bad dodge. We cannot dodge this one. Even if we tried, we can't. Because that's so bad for them. And we may be able to know. We cannot save lucky. Oh, nice. So I guess like, you got a Torment clear, or you are just doing really high scores on the Insane difficulty? Because my issue with Insane difficulty is that I'm doing one team clears, but my times are not perfect because I'm missing... for Mystic, I'm missing Hayoko, which is making my damage go down a lot compared to like the top players, and since I don't have Ako on the X Plus version, I'm lagging behind too. Oh no, Mika. Okay, now why he attached the bomb to Nika though? The structure was placed before the casts. Yeah, the red raid is not that hard to get a good score if you can dodge properly with Asusa. You're using the Asusa comp, right, with all the damage boosting into her and just dodging and not dying. I wonder if Toki could work though instead of Asusa. Because on Dina, I thought like she would be a lot slower than Aru. But in the end, like the score with Toki at one point got higher than with Aru. Because I managed to just to focus all the buffs on Toki, and like once she gets her mech going, her auto attacks are so fast. And defense ignoring is so strong too. Freaking Shirino. Okay, now Mika walks in front. I really need her to stay behind. There is no way I can save everyone. Okay, have to give up Cherino, I think, but please. Okay, Cherino can tank. That makes things a little bit easier. But now Nika is dead probably. Like, no one is standing on a bomb, but I think Nika is gonna die. Can we block her? Yes, we can. Oof, the healing debuff is so strong. Like, they got virtually no HP back. Let's put another wall. This one is going really well and really bad at the same time. We didn't get the stun in time. Very much dead. Only Maki. Really hard run. But I think this is the best run yet. Yeah, we broke the record, my personal record here with the bursting. Make a walk back. Which I hope this works. Oh no, Mika took the bomb. .88 is not bad though. And we got a bounce back. So the stagger is halfway. So now if we can keep deploying Utaha early, we can get the dodges with Yuka. And maybe we can deal enough damage to get into phase 2. But I have never seen these patterns before. This is the first time I ever do Torment Shiro Kuro. Okay, so we got the turret down. Do we need to dodge? No, we don't. So we can stand here. We recall. Damage, we deploy. And now we can... Oh no! Akane got stopped. But it's coming around. Yeah, Mika makes Torment possible, for sure. Like, I don't think there is any way to do this without Mika, but I need to save her for the last team together with the... because I have to run her. Should have deployed that in time. No, I didn't. So the question is, when do I dodge? I think it's a tight dodge. Yeah, we'll lose only one. That's fine. But we don't get the blocks. So hard. So hard. Where is that? Because even if I rent Mika, I don't have Fuka, so I cannot discount. In the end, it's like, no, there's no way for me to clear it. Without the discounts, it's too slow. Yeah, I cannot do Torment. I'm just realizing it's impossible for me. There is no way around it. Ah. Not in time, but yeah, that's in time. Okay, we just one. And we dodged that, so that's good. Deploy to avoid the bomb. No. Next banner and next event. That's a good question. So this is a wild prediction. It's not gonna be, most probably. Like, for me, there's like very little chance, but who knows? I think this year is going to be the first year we get a Halloween banner. I have the hunch that it's gonna happen, like sooner or later we're going to get a Halloween banner, and I think this year is gonna be. But I don't think it's gonna be like the next event or like the next banner, obviously, is at the end of October, but looks fairly possible, to be honest. When it comes to the next banner, I don't know. My best guess would be the Fox Squad, or they will start releasing more like I don't remember the name of the school where Shun goes, Xiangji, something like that. I think they will start releasing more characters from there, like Nia and or like cheese related characters. I don't know, it's really hard, but I have like the feeling that the Fox Squad is next. Feels really possible. The bomb got not in the mini turret. So convenient. But yeah, Fox Squad next banner, no, but soonish. Halloween banner, I think this year is gonna be the year. because they rerun already like 2 events, I think, this year. So a new event should be coming. The question is when, and I think Halloween is like a good timing for it. Okay, so we lost our main buff and our main DPS. Okay, now it's GG. I give up with Torment. I just cannot do it. Even if I got to the second phase, I cannot do it. Do you really think Rio is gonna be a character? Because I'd love Rio to be a character, but I don't think she's gonna be a playable character. I hope to be wrong, like I really hope to be wrong. But I really have a hard time seeing Rio as a character. I think she's like set as an NPC at this point. But she hasn't made any appearances like as an NPC like Arona here. So who knows? Ryu could be a good suggestion actually, but I don't know. Because I feel like there are more important characters that have not been released. Like, we still don't have Ichika, which is like important for the first part of the story. We don't have Makoto, Satsuki, Ibuki from Gehenna or Kirara. Like, also they introduce Akira on the custom party banner, so I don't know. It's really hard. Also Kisaki is like a really popular request, so it's either Fox Platoon, for me at least, I think it's either Fox Platoon or Akira or one of the characters we have remaining from the first part of the story with Ichika or Seiya. Or Makoto, or like any of the Gehenna Pandemonium Society. But I don't know. I know there's people that follow leaks and like have some info. Like someone mentioned before the Wakamo raid came that this was going to be a penetrating raid and all that stuff. I don't know where they find those leaks. I have never seen Blue Archive leaks, but I don't know. Even if I knew, I think I couldn't follow them. I like being surprised by the game. Like I didn't expect Haruna to get the sports version. I was expecting Ako, to be honest, because Ako doesn't have any alts. So for me, Ako was more possible, but we got the third version for Haruna and nothing for Ako yet. So yeah, the game has been surprising me a lot lately. Even for the summer event, I didn't expect like summer Shiroko or Hanako at all. Like, I was not expecting that they would release like the rest of the Trinity makeup club. I guessed right the SRT summer, like that was my prediction before the 2 months before the banner, and I was right about it. But I would have never imagined the second part of the event being Trinity again and like completing the makeup club and everything. Or like Ui and Hinata, I didn't expect them either. So yeah, like at this point, everything's possible. So hopefully Rio is possible too.
心を躍る美味しい競技でしたわね。顔は少し汚れてしまいましたけれども。
But it's been 2 hours. I'm still recovering from an illness I got earlier this week. I'm fine, I don't have fever anymore, but I'm still a bit tired. So I think I'm going to go eat and rest. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope the runs I did, even if there were not too many, because I was trying also Torment. But even the Torment runs, I think even from my failure you can learn something. So have a good night, a good rest of your day, and see you next time. I will try to stream more often. I also plan to eventually voice over videos. I'm finishing with uni. If everything's fine, I should be done by the end of this year with uni, so that will free some time, and I will try to improve my videos a little bit. I want to push the channel a little bit. I think the channel is doing fine, and I want to see where I can get it. So that's all for me today, and bye bye.